Yeah, Mr. Chairman. Look, mate, I think we've got a bit of a problem here. Well, it's 10 AM, and I've only got 5 or 6 players that have turned up for training. Yeah, I thought we were professional. The club is professional, but the players aren't. Mate, how does that even work?
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. It is episode 2 and our first games today. We face the two favourites for the league, Vukovar and Sibenik. And, well, we'll get an idea of roughly where we stand, if nothing else. Now, one thing that did catch me off guard, now, I will admit I am recording this before the first episode has gone out, so you guys may have noticed it. So many of our contracts are only part-time. Which almost all of our actual players that we own are part-time contracts. The loanees are full-time, obviously. So I don't know if the team has just turned professional for this season or what has gone on there. But the issue that we have, and I have tried to offer, and we have made a couple of signings as well, but I've tried to offer out some of the players full-time contracts, but the issue is that they want way more money, obviously, as full-time players. So the finances are roughly where I would have expected them to go, because we haven't played any competitive games yet, and so they have tanked a little bit, but not uncontrollably, I wouldn't have thought. But we were a little bit over the wage budget, and we just don't have the money in the wage budget, or just in the club in general, to be able to offer full-time contracts out to our players. So, although I was very excited that we were a professional team, we're not really that professional. As I said in the intro, the club is, but the players aren't. So, yeah, first little hurdle of the series, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come. Now, as I said, we did make some signings as well. We've added to the squad, so let's have a look at those guys. Excuse the plural, it is Guy. It is Marko Perkovic. I thought we'd signed another one, but there was a lot of training, what they called trialists I had in, and obviously I thought we had one more that signed but didn't. But this is the guy we did sign, 31-year-old Croatian. We'll have a look at his career to date momentarily. He's sort of been a bit of a journeyman around Eastern Europe, but what I like about him, physically not too bad. I like the leadership. It's something we perhaps lack a little bit in the club, to be honest. Bravery and aggression are good. He's got okay defensive stats, and he's on £325 a week as an important first-team player. So, as I said, his career to date is that, as I said, of a bit of an Eastern European journeyman. He spent a little bit of time in Belgium, but didn't actually play there. And, yeah, back to Croatia, Slovenia. He was in Iceland for a season. So that's exciting. Viking up, familiar name from last FM. But, yeah, then back to Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia, Hungary, and then we've picked him up again here. So, yeah, he's not been a regular. You'd look at those games played and definitely couldn't accuse him of being a regular. But, yeah, he's hopefully, anyway, going to be a useful player for us. So a quick reminder of what we're expected to do. Top half in the league, so 6th or up, and we want to be competitive in the cup, and that is very much going to depend on who we get, isn't it, draws-wise. So let's go and have a look at this pre-season preview here. We had a quick glance at it last episode, but not really in any detail. So we are the 6th favourites, although equal favourites with 4th. There is no difference in the odds, though they are two promoted teams there, we can see. The team of the dream team kind of thing, there is no players from us, no Jarun players in there, so that's a little bit concerning. It looks like there's 4 from Sibenik and 3 from Vukovar, who we're both playing today. So, yeah, we'll probably get a bit of a touch-up with them. And if we look at the key players, again, we can see that those two teams are very much top of this as well. And then if we go down, where do we get to our first players? Do we recognise any names there, perhaps, as well? Oh, geez, we are way down this list. There we are there. So that's it. Ibrahim Carbo. No, it's not him, is it? It is Carbo. Well, we'll give him a scout. That is the legend of the Welders Impossible Dream. And we're going to come up against him again. There we go. It was Ibrahim Carbo, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. Anyway, these are our two best players right down at the bottom. And, yeah, well, let's see how we can get on. And let's start by having a look at what we're doing here. First game of the season against Vukovar. Now, we've only just started to get sort of scouting networks and stuff set up as well, so we don't really know too much about what we're expecting, but it looks like a 4-2-3-1 is kind of what is being predicted here. And this is the team and the formation in which we will be starting the season. Now, Ilinic is going to be the goalkeeper. He wasn't going to be my first choice, but the guy who was, the Loney, is injured, so he's not available for this one. So we've got Ilinic in goal. We're going to go with a back three to start off with. So Karamatic, he is... Is he? No, he's... Yeah, I don't think there's many players that are sort of contracted for next season as of yet. So he looks a useful centre-back to me. Did okay in some of our friendlies. Perkovic, who is my signing. Hopefully he doesn't let me down. And then, let's see here. Bikenic, we'll go with that one. He's going to be there left-footed, and they'll be on the left side of defence. The wing-backs, for now, we've got Filipovic. He's okay as a wing-back. Maybe... We will definitely be looking to strengthen in that position if we can. The left back will be Ibanez. Now, he is one of our key players. Good free kick taker as well. Physically, maybe lacking a little bit, but I think the rest of his game at this level should be more than enough to cover for that. The DM will be Dajka. We'll go with that for now. If you want to try and correct my pronunciations, I will try and get better at it, but I can't promise anything. If you've watched the channel, you'll know that it's just I struggle with with English, which is a problem because it's the only language I speak. But yeah, again, he should be okay. Could play centre back as well, to be honest. Boskovic is going to go in midfield as a box to box. He actually, I think, is going to be a very useful player for us. And he is no, he's not out. He's on loan. So we'll try. He might be one we try and make the loan the deal permanent. Kukovica is going to be the more advanced midfielder. Now, he is okay. He wouldn't have been my first choice, but that guy got injured. I'll catch you up on a few ins and outs, actually, in a second here. Our two strikers, we've got Tadic. Now, he's the 35-year-old. He's going to consider his options at the end of his contract, which is fine. To be honest, if he gets us through this year, we probably don't want him for another year anyway on £240 a week, but... we'll see exactly how well he does. And the other one, we've got two guys that are considering their options. Agule, Khalid Al Ghul, we'll go with that. He is someone that I very much would like to keep, but he also is going to explore his option at the end of his contract. I have looked at selling him, and you can see we've actually got a promise of 130 grand as an offer. We will sell him, and to be honest, I will sell him for that because he's good, but he's not maybe that good. But ideally, I'd like to keep him, but I don't know if that's actually going to be an option for us or not. So the players that we're missing, we've got the goalkeeper here that is missing. He'll be back as soon as we can get him back. He's out for up to a month with a broken hand. The other one, was this guy going to play for us anyway? No, maybe on the bench. But our attacking midfielder, and he is our only attacking midfielder. He's disappeared. Here he is here, Mario Babic. He is injured. He might even be back for the second game, but he's definitely missing the first one, so that's a bit of a shame. And you can see there are a few other trialists we've got in here, just trying to get the best squad that we can. And well, let's see what sort of start we can get to the year. All right, so here we go. This is a rule I wasn't aware of. There must be 3 under-21 players in the starting 11 for the first half of the game. So someone under 21 needs to come in. It might be the right back, because that's probably what it needs to be, I think. So we'll make that change. So, sorry, Filipic. That's just how it is right now, apparently. All right, so here are the team sheets. Do we recognize any names there? I mean, they're all household names, aren't they? I think they're household names in their own house. As someone once, I'm stealing a joke there, I forget who it was that that said that. What do we want to say? The pressure's all on them, go out and cause an upset. I can get on board with that. These guys are, one of the, if not the favourites to win the league. So it's a very, very tough start for us. And, no pre-game press conference. We have dropped down, haven't we? So yeah, we'll see what we can do here. The reason we're going with this formation is we kind of had a lot of good centre-backs, and we had a lot of players that could play up front. Not necessarily, though, that many wingers. There was a lot of players that could play sort of on the left, whether they be left-footed or right-footed, wide players that couldn't cross. So it didn't make much sense right now anyway to play with wingers. So different formation than we've seen previously. It's good to change up the formation as well. But yeah, we'll see what sort of performance we get here. Ibanez with a throw. Agul. There we get it forward there for Dajka to Ibanez. Can he whip a cross in? Ibanez. It's Vukovar. It's El. And we've taken the lead inside 5 minutes. Oh, we're going to win the league. We're flying, absolutely flying. And that is fantastic to see. Ibanez, I mean, he just didn't look he was going anywhere, really, did he? And Kukovica, as it's come from nothing. It really, really has come from nothing. And there we go. The benefit, I suppose, of playing two up front is that it's going to be difficult. They're going to be going man for man at the back. So that is an absolutely stunning start away from home to the team that are favourites to go and we'll finish top 2 anyway. Imagine if we come out of this with, well, with even 4 points. 3 points would be huge as well. Then that would be absolutely brilliant. Now, just if you are new to the channel, just discovering it, welcome, obviously. If you do subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload new videos. The schedule for this it will probably fairly quickly revert to Monday through Thursday, just because I struggle to get that Friday video out. So we'll probably go back to that fairly quickly. Obviously, this is coming out on a Friday. And also, if you're not already, there's links in the description. What do we say to this? Just, do we just keep saying stay calm? Relax, nobody panic. No one expected us to be in this position. So, yeah, we'll just try and keep going. But yeah, down in the description, there's links to the Discord, the Facebook group. I post the lineups before the games and things like that, so you get an idea of I hit encourage there. Never hit encourage when you're winning. I don't know why, but they don't like it. Yeah, so we'll, you know, so you get an idea of the team that's playing, and obviously now we don't really know the players, but down the line, obviously, we will begin to know players and the other teams and whatnot as we get a cross in there, nicely claimed by Ilinic, and we will go again. But yeah, please do, if you're not already, go and join those things. It's a lot of fun, a good way for me to interact with you guys outside of just the comments. And please do leave the comments as well. I really enjoy reading those and responding. And as long as I see the comment, I will definitely always try and reply. Oh, and is that a save? All right, let's maybe go back to balance. Now, there was a comment that told me if you don't actually, no, counter press. If you don't actually counter, they will still try and counter. So let's maybe experiment a little bit with that. I mean, obviously, you know, they would still counter, but not necessarily stream the players forward, which I usually do like to do. I like to, you know, always have the other team on the back foot as much as possible. But we'll experiment here and see what we get, as we're just struggling to keep possession a little bit now, aren't we? As Ibanez maybe not doing the best defensively, and it was coming, wasn't it? It had been coming since half-time, and we are back level. Still really not a terrible result for us, given that we're away from home on the first day of the season. But, yeah, it looked a little easy in the end, didn't it, in terms of goals to concede. So we can now encourage them. Let's have a look at who's not playing well here. So Tadic is not having a great game. The problem is I don't know who my players are right now. So hang on, let's go in here so we can have a look at what we can do. 2 advanced forwards probably isn't ideal. I wasn't sure that we had many other options. We do have some wide players we could bring in. The issue is very much not having different types of strikers. We maybe should have had that. Can either of these guys go as a deep liner? Not really. He's got an okay work rate, does Al Ghul, but all right, so let me think. Okay, so we're going to use Pranjic as a deep lying forward. He does have okay passing and vision and teamwork compared to everybody else in the squad, so we'll try him in that role and see if that will allow us to get possession back a little bit. The other option that we could look to do, potentially, we'll go back to positive. Well, that's not a good goal kick, but we've given it straight back to them. I wonder if we look to move one of our midfielders into a slightly different role and drift wide a little bit. Let's try a Mazzella on support. Here we go here. Agul to Boskovic. Gets it wide for Huljic. He gets a cross in. There's nobody there. Well, nobody there in a Jarun shirt, and that is headed away. Can we get to that first? We can. And we will build again. Perkovic. Forward for... Oh, it's gone straight through for Pjanic, and he's got it! Pjanic has put us back in front in the 79th minute even. It's a goal on his debut, and that is unexpected considering how the game had been going. Ibanez is not having a great game, so let's take him off. We might switch both the fullbacks, actually. We might need to pause this. Because we don't have to have the under 21 players on the field anymore. So we'll make a double change there. We will praise them. And let's see if we can come back and end up with the 3 points here, which would be huge. Filipovic gets another cross in. It is towards the back post. It's headed away. Dajka. Come on, boys. Come on. Kukovica to Boskovic. Filipovic. Filipovic! Oh, we've got another one! And we are dismantling one of the teams of the tournament, teams of the league. Expected, I'm too excited to talk. One of the favourites for the league. We'll try again. 3-1 we are beating them on their own ground. And this is suddenly just looking absolutely magnificent. I mean, I'm not that good of a manager. I don't understand where this has come from. It's just absolutely magnificent stuff. And yeah, we are going to win our first game in charge. One that I would have absolutely signed up for a draw for before we started. And that is absolutely spectacularly brilliant. Really, really pleased with that. So not quite good enough for top of the league, but that's okay. We'll take that. And huge. Absolutely. I can't talk today, can I? Sibenik have won. That's who we face next. And Jarun turned dominance into victory against Vukovar 91. Now, I think the key to the season as a whole is, look how many debutants we had. It's definitely going to be consistency. One win doesn't make a summer, or whatever the saying is. So yeah, we're going to need to back it up, and we're going to need to back it up our first home game against Sibenik. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Now, we are facing Sibenik. They won their first game of the season as well, as we just saw. And so let's see what we can do. Can we go top of the league after 2 games? Now, again, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them, though in truth, we maybe don't know exactly what we're expecting. And this is a team we're sending out 1 or 2 changes. Now, Ilinic has picked up a bit of a knock. Now, he is back tomorrow, so we're going to go with him because our sort of third choice, who is back up right now, don't particularly rate him, I don't think, so we're going to stick with Ilinic. Same back 3, same defensive trio there, same double in midfield. Now, Babic is back on the bench, he's fit, but you can see no match sharpness, so we'll bring him on at some point, but I don't think it's one to change at this point when we did okay in that first game. The one change we did make, Pranic, who got that goal, he'll come in to start, Tadic will drop back to the bench, and Agul will continue up top. Alright, so we can see the team sheets again. Now, Ika Pozo, did he play at Swansea or something like that at one point? Or am I getting players mixed up? This name also looks familiar. This is terrifying, the fact that I'm recognizing names. But yeah, that's, I think, the only ones that I recognize. Alright, what have we got here? Let's say, this is our home debut, isn't it? So it's important that we make full advantage of our home performances. The home ground does need to be a bit of a fortress, doesn't it? Again, no pre-game. I'm used to having like a bit of a gap between sort of throwing to the game and actually having to start talking again, and it's caught me out again there. But anyway, 2 top sides that have won their first game, so it makes this one a little bit interesting. I think I had a game with Croatia like before I started doing YouTube, and I think I might have had that guy, the double barrel name in that. I forget who I even was. I'd know it if I saw it, but I can't think. I picked them because they were green and gold, so they're like Australian colours. But yeah, I think that might be where I recognise that particular name from. So maybe it's not quite as scary as I initially thought. So Ibanez over a free kick, floats one in, it's headed away. A goal is there across to Perkovic. And we get a little bit of pressure on here. Nice little flick down there. It's 1 back though. And are we in threat of being counted here? Not just yet, as Huljic goes back. And let's see where this highlight goes from here. Karamadec back out to Huljic. Let's hope he does a little bit better this time. If he can sort of set himself in there to being a reliable right back or right wing back option, as Perkovic wins it back. Nicely done. It's Pranic again. Pranic again! And he's got another one! He's second of the season already. He was off the bench in the first game. He's probably only played about 20-30 minutes, and he's got 2 goals in that time. I mean, Perkovic, he gets really the assist, hasn't he? Agul has done really well to pick him out. But look at the bend and the dip on that. That is, I mean, goal of the season contender already, isn't it? Absolutely stunning finish. We'll give them some praise. And can anybody stop us? Ilinic with a goal kick to Perkovic. He gets it wide, does he, to somebody? It didn't look like anybody knew what was going on there. Dajka. Oh, Boskovic has been caught in possession, and here come Sibenik. Can we... Oh, Karadzic has done well there. Karadzic even. Wide there again for Hulzic. And not the greatest pass, we'll see. Can we pick this up? Nice little pass into the gap there, wasn't it? And they can't find anything but the empty stand where their away fans should be. Ibanez. Actually, the away fans are over there. Maybe that's a ringing indictment on us more than anything else. Oh, we made a signing. We made a signing. A loan signing, a promising right back from Dinamo Zagreb. The first time we've gone and raided them. The scouts actually came to me with or an intermediary, or somebody did. It wasn't like I was clicking through their squad. I should say too, if you are new to the channel, it's another goal, and it's Karadzic. Let's go with something along those lines. Kukovica even, and it's 2-0 inside 20 minutes. And well, we're going to win the league, aren't we? This is magnificent stuff. Hulzic did really, really well. And, yeah, Kukovica rises like a salmon and heads it into the back of the net, 2-0. So, yeah, I'll try and finish 3 of those 10 thoughts that I had just then. If you are new to the channel, one of the only rule that I really have for myself is that I don't use the player search function. Players have to be found by the scouts or intermediaries or brought to my attention. I don't go searching, and I don't use the player search tool. That being said, as I've said before, all of you guys are employed as my scouts, so if there's someone you'd like me to look at, let me know in the comments, and I can definitely do that. And the other thing I was going to say is, I'll try and remember to show you the right back, as Pranjic, we're too good. This can't be right. We're 3-0 up now inside 20 minutes, and, I mean, could we be in Europe this season by winning the Croatian Cup? Because these are let's not forget, this is the 2 best teams. Kukovica there with a nice little ball through as well to find Pranjic. And, well, I don't think Tadic, 35, is going to find his way back in this team, to be honest. We definitely, the 2 advanced forwards, I mean, in hindsight, I didn't want to do it. We didn't really have any other real options, though, other than that target man. Oh, and they've pulled one back, as that's not ideal. And maybe we just need to tell them to focus here. As much as it feels like we're celebrating a win, we've not quite done it yet, have we? And Dajka, perhaps, was the one that a little bit weak in the air. So let's give it a focus. And we come forward again. We're just like Barcelona already. Here we go. Hulzic has been played in. Hulzic! Can't find the back of the net. Ibanez now with a corner. Can we get our 3-goal lead back? Floats it in. It is headed away. Perkovic is there. He gives it away. And what we don't need is going back to 3-2 here, do we? Dajka, can he get a foot in here? You're the last line, mate. Hold him out. Hold him out. Hold him out. He's done okay. It's a block, and it's... I mean, it's a miss of the century, isn't it? That was... that should be 3-2. But let's not panic. But they've definitely come back into this, haven't they? By Kenic. Gets it forward there for Dajka. Forward for Algul. Algul for Pranjic. Oh, what was that pass? Boskovic was in, and he's passed it 10 foot behind him. Can we win that back? Oh, there was double pressure on them there, and we couldn't quite get them stuck in possession. Hulzic has done well there. And we come forward again. Pranjic, can he find Algul? Can he find Algul? He's going himself. Square it, mate. He's gone a little bit too far, hasn't he? Back to Hulzic. To Boskovic. Oh, and it's in off the goalkeeper. And Boskovic makes it 4-1. And it's not even half-time yet. It's his first goal for the club. And this is absolutely magnificent. Magnificent stuff. The impossible dream off to the best possible start, as we are destroying the 2 favourites for the title. Now, like I say, it's a long season. It's going to come down to consistency. It's going to come down to making sure we can go and pick up the points against the teams that are expected to be down the bottom or are down the bottom as we float a corner in. It's headed away. It's going to be a penalty. And too aggressive attacking for the ball. Pranjic tucks it away. Is that his hat-trick? It's his 4th of the season, so it must be. He's got a first half hat-trick. It's 5-1. Wow. I mean, for a team that's expected to come sixth, it is maybe the perfect... Well, it is the perfect start, obviously. That goes without saying. Ibanez is not doing well again. Kukovica has got an injury. So we'll take it. We wanted to take on... We wanted to bring Babic on anyway. So that's the perfect excuse to take him off. He won't be upset with that. We've definitely got to not let complacency sneak in. Mate, Pranjic is going to win the Ballon d'Or at this rate. He has been absolutely superb. And everybody else will go and make the change that we were going to make anyway. So Babic comes on. It's a straight swap. It's exactly the change I would have wanted to make. And it's just kind of, that's fallen into my arms. And we will just tell everybody to keep going, keep doing what they're doing. And Pranjic is looking switched off. But to be honest, after a hat-trick, he can justifiably do that. We'll give them some praise. And yeah, we can see what else we can do. It might be one if we start and have a look at some other players as well. Ibanez he's not doing well considering how good he is, as they're trying to sort of work it around the box there a little bit. We've done okay so far fending that off, and in the end we've done brilliantly as it's headed clear. I would have expected a lot more from him. We do have our young left back option there, so we'll bring him on. Pranjic has got his hat-trick. Let's give Tadic a go, but as that deep lying forward, and see what he can do in that role, using maybe a bit of experience. As Perkovic gets done in behind, and it is 5-2, which I think officially makes it a goal fest, doesn't it? And yeah, just got done in behind. I'm not sure, have we got him playing on the cover? We do. So that probably shouldn't be happening. But we'll give him one. Or two in this case, I suppose. What we don't need, of course, is for another one to go in. So let's give them some focus. And I mean, there will be issues with just, you know, them understanding the way that we want them to play and all that kind of stuff. I think, well, I mean, defensively, I think is probably more of the issue. And, oh, I mean, that's not the greatest goalkeeping. It's suddenly 5-3. We'll just go back to positive. And, yeah, I mean, defensively, we do look a little bit of a... I mean, that's just terrible goalkeeping, isn't it? He's nowhere near that. And he's got 3 defenders there as well. He didn't actually need to come for it, really. So, I mean, XG-wise, for what that's worth, they're only just behind us, and we had a penalty. So it's maybe not been the comprehensive performance that the score would maybe predict it has been, or show it has been. Somebody needs to help out that right-hand side. And here we go now with the youngster who's replaced Ibanez, who is club captain. Ibanez is club captain. I probably should have mentioned that. Perkovic is the vice captain. The reason it's that way around and not the other way around is Ibanez was already at the club. I didn't want to necessarily upset him. And we are slightly falling in a heap here. That's a decent tackle by Bukanic. And here we go now with Babic. He gets it forward. Agul with a nice touch. Tadic is in front of him. Can he feed Tadic in? He goes himself. And we've still got possession. If we look into the wide areas, we've got both our fullbacks in space. And Babic. Babic has a goal! Oh, I thought that was going in. It's going to be a corner. With 12 minutes to go. If we can get another one, then that should be a comfortable enough lead. Goalkeeper's only playing a 6-2, which probably tells some of the story. And he isn't going to be first choice once our lone E guy comes back from his broken hand. Tadic did okay there. And we just need to almost start and just wind stuff down a little bit now, don't we? One thing that we are doing tactically, defensively, if I just quickly show you here. Given the way we're setting up, we're forcing everybody inside because it's quite busy in there. And so that's the way that's working. I'm wondering if we need to look to... I don't know if you can look for an overlap playing with wingbacks, because the wingbacks are technically not really overlapping anybody, they're just wide. If you do know that, actually, if we were to say look for the overlap, is that basically saying look for the fullbacks getting forward? Or do we need to say, because we don't have wingers and anybody to overlap, do we need to say exploit the flanks perhaps? But Huljic did quite well that game, didn't he? Left-hand side, or our left-hand side was a little bit less brilliant, but overall, I'll take 2 from 2. So we're not quite top. If we could defend, we would be. We're not quite top, but 6 points from 2 games is a very, very promising start to the impossible dream indeed. So we beat Sibenik in thrilling encounter. It is a minor injury to Kukovica, so that's fine. Babic made his debut in that one. Off the bench, obviously. Pranjic with a hat-trick. He's the unexpected hero early days here, isn't he? And there we go. That is that guy. So I'm just going to cut into myself there, who has clearly forgotten to show you the new signing. So Noah Mikic is the name. 16-year-old right back. A C+ signing. Now, unfortunately, he can't play in the league yet. I think he's got to be 17. So I'm not allowed to register him because he's below the minimum league age. So it'll either be 7. Hopefully it'll be 17. Otherwise we've loaned him for no reason. But it's not costing us anything. And yeah, first sort of actual promising player that we've got at the club. And physically not too bad. Not too bad getting forward. Positioning is maybe the one thing I'm concerned about with him. But we'll deal with that. And yeah, the first time, as I said, during the game that we have rated for Dinamo Zagreb for anybody. So yeah, let's see how he turns out, shall we? Is that, guys? If you've enjoyed that episode, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. What we might do is come back for this home game here against the other team that I was looking at, actually, for us to be in this series. And then the first game in the Cup. The Cup, I think, is very much going to be second rate to us this season, unless there's no chance of us going up. But if we go and win every game we've got here, then maybe we can take it seriously because we already have promotion in the bag. But that's what we'll do. We'll come back for those two. And yeah, hopefully we'll still be top or towards the top, if not top, when I see you next time. Take care.